many will end up in the trash. What impact does this have on the climate? This is the BBC World Service, the world's radio station. Hello and welcome to News Day on the BBC World Service with Rob here and Davina Gupta. Great to have you with us.
Coming up, Turkey's president has agreed to back Sweden's request to join the Western Defence Alliance, NATO. The group has expanded since Russia's invasion of Ukraine, but what will NATO's 31 members say to war-torn Ukraine, which also wants to join?
In India, at least 41 people have died and hundreds are feared missing in 3 days in the north as heavy rainfall and widespread flooding.
And there's more extreme weather in the United States, and the Southwest facing one of its longest heat waves on record. We'll keep to somebody trying to help people cope with the uncomfortable conditions.
And the family members of the late soul singer editor Franklin are going to court to fight over a whole will. More on that after the latest world news.
Hello, I'm Neil Nunes with the BBC News. Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has agreed to support Sweden's bid to join NATO on the eve of a major summit for the alliance in the Lithuanian capital Vilnius. NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg said completing Sweden's accession to the alliance benefited all members at what he called this critical time. Here's our Europe editor Katja Adler.
What the Turkish president has said is he backs Sweden's bid and he's now going to put it to the Turkish parliament, he said, as soon as possible. And this is hugely significant because Turkey has been blocking Sweden's bid for a while now because he says the country has been too soft on Kurdish separatists, and also Turkey feels not respectful enough towards Muslims. There have been a number of incidents of Quran burning, the latest just a few weeks ago. Sweden says it's been doing its best to allay a lot of Turkey's concerns, and suddenly now this change of heart.
World leaders, including the Swedish Prime Minister Ulf Kristersson, have been reacting to the news. The BBC's Lewis Vaughan-Jones is in Vilnius.
A quick bit of reaction from a couple of key world leaders. Sweden's Prime Minister saying it's a good day for Sweden. We're taking a very big step towards NATO membership. German Foreign Minister, good news from Vilnius. Joe Biden from the US saying, look forward to welcoming Sweden, which will be the 32nd member of NATO, the 31st, the newest. Is, of course, Finland attending its first summit. And also we know Joe Biden will be holding a bilateral meeting with Erdogan on Tuesday.
The Israeli parliament has voted by a narrow margin to advance legislation designed to restrict the powers of the country's judiciary. The contentious bill by the right-wing government of Prime Minister Netanyahu has sparked 27 weeks of protest by demonstrators. Over concerns it erodes democratic norms. The bill, now passed at its first reading, means that the Israeli Supreme Court cannot overrule certain government decisions that it deems unreasonable. Nigeria's state-owned oil company says an oil tanker carrying 800,000 liters of stolen crude has been intercepted offshore while heading to Cameroon. It said the vessel would be destroyed as a deterrent. Here's Ian Skippers.
Nigeria's National Petroleum Company said the oil had been stolen from a well in the southwestern state of Ondo, and that there was no valid documentation for the cargo. Oil theft from pipelines and wells in the Niger Delta is a major problem for Nigeria, depriving the country of much-needed revenue. The administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has pledged to tackle the problem. The destruction of the oil tanker should certainly serve as a stern warning to those engaged in oil theft.
BBC News. A trial has begun in the Vietnamese capital Hanoi of more than 50 officials accused of corruption in relation to repatriation flights during the COVID pandemic. Among the defendants are a number of high-ranking officials. The charges vary from taking bribes, embezzlement to abuse of power. An Australian parliamentary committee is today asking executives at the world's biggest social media firms what their companies are doing to prevent foreign interference in democratic processes. Australia's domestic intelligence agency says espionage and foreign interference represent greater security threats to the country than terrorism. The authorities in Mexico say at least 9 people have died in an arson attack at a wholesale market in the central city of Toluca. The local mayor believes the attack was probably caused by a dispute over the location of market stalls. A trial has begun in the United States to resolve the dispute over the estate of the late soul singer Aretha Franklin 5 years after her death. 3 of the singer's 4 sons are contesting how her fortune should be divided after several different handwritten wills were found in her home. Here's our North America correspondent, David Willis.
Aretha Franklin was known to be intensely private about her finances and was initially thought to have died without drawing up a will. Subsequently, however, 3 handwritten documents came to light. Voicemail messages had also surfaced, recorded only months before her death, in which the singer can be heard discussing another will with her estate lawyer. As Franklin's 3rd child, Ted, maintains an earlier document listing him as co-executor and conferring lesser benefits on his fellow